At a certain point in my life and in my inner journey, I reached a point where I genuinely felt like I had figured out a lot of things. I had gone through deep emotional exploration. I looked into my past, my patterns, my wounds, my beliefs. I spent years questioning the systems of the world, the meaning of life, identity, consciousness, and the nature of reality itself. And especially in the last 2 years, it felt like an accelerated program, 24/7, full time, abroad, alone, going through everything on my own. Through all of that, I came into what I would call a certain level of awakening. Not awakening in a sense of having all the answers, but more like I could see things more clearly. I could observe my thoughts. I understand my emotional patterns. I could see conditioning, trauma, and belief systems for what they are, what they were. And most importantly, I understood what I really am. And I also developed a deeper spiritual understanding that life isn't just this individual human story. There's a bigger, larger consciousness experiencing life through this body and identity. And from that perspective, a lot of the fears and the struggles that used to control me started losing their power. In so many ways, I thought I understood how things work. I understood my emotions. I understood my patterns. I understood my worth. I understood I didn't need to prove myself. I understood I was already enough. But then something interesting started happening. Even though I had realized all of this mentally and spiritually, in real life situations, I was still reacting the same way. My body was still going into the same survival responses. My thoughts were still looping into the same patterns. And that's when I started noticing something deeper. Gap between awareness and the nervous system. I realized there was a gap between two things: conscious awareness and nervous system conditioning. My awareness had expanded, but my nervous system was still running on alt survival program. The nervous system is designed for survival. It's constantly scanning, am I safe or am I in danger? Sympathetic nervous system activates when there's a perceived threat and responds with fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And parasympathetic nervous system activates when we feel safe. That's where relaxation, digestion, recovery, and clear thinking happen. The vagus nerve plays a huge role here, connecting the brain to the heart, lungs, and digestive system, and helping regulate whether we are in stress or safety. And the amygdala is constantly detecting threat and triggering responses. All right, the important thing is this. The nervous system reacts faster than conscious thoughts. Body reacts before the mind even understands what's happening. And that's exactly what I started noticing in myself. The first moment I truly saw it, the first time I clearly saw this was during one of the darkest moments of my life. I had followed my heart through a lot of difficult decisions. I chose my inner calling over comfort. I walked away from stability, money, and the conventional path because something inside me kept saying, "This is not it." But eventually, the pressure caught up. The uncertainty, the struggle, the constant inner work, it became overwhelming. I was exhausted. And deep inside, I started to feel like I was searching for proof. The proof that I was worthy, the proof that my path made sense, the proof that all the struggle meant something. I remember thinking, if I am already enough, if everything is already within me, then why am I still suffering like this? Why does it feel like I still have to prove something? In that moment, everything inside me collapsed. I was sitting on a small lobby toilet, holding my head, feeling this heavy storm inside my chest. And I remember thinking very clearly, I've had enough. Enough. This has to stop now. Something shifted. I told myself, I am already enough. And this time, it didn't feel like a concept. It moved through my whole body. It felt real, embodied. Everything became quiet. For a moment, there was complete silence. But then, almost immediately, another thought came in. What should I do now? What do I need to do to deserve money, safety, the life I want? And I caught it. Wait. Didn't I just realize I don't need to do anything to prove my worth? So where is this coming from? Then I saw it. That thought wasn't coming from my awareness. It was coming from my nervous system, a survival program. My system had learned safety comes from doing, proving, achieving. So even though my consciousness had recognized the truth, my body was still running the old pattern. That was the moment I clearly saw the difference between awareness and nervous system conditioning. My awareness had awakened, but my nervous system was still living in the past. Seeing the pattern in real life. After that, I started noticing this everywhere. At a time, I was volunteering at a beautiful hotel, helping at the horse stables and doing some marketing. Every morning I would wake up early, take care of the horses, feed them, and clean. That's just part of the agreement. And I genuinely loved it. I love animals, and horses always teach me so much about energy and presence. At the same time, I was staying in a really comfortable place with food provided. After months of harder living, it felt like a blessing. I was grateful. But then something started happening inside me. Even though I was already contributing, I started feeling uncomfortable receiving that level of comfort. My mind started saying, maybe I should do more. Maybe I should help more. Even when I was tired, I felt this pressure to push, this constant thoughts and restlessness. And again, I saw the pattern. It wasn't about the work. It was about the belief that I had to do more, to deserve what I was receiving. To do more, to deserve what I was receiving. This came from years of conditioning, school, jobs, authority figures, like where value equals performance. So my nervous system learned safety must be earned, worth must be proven, rest must be justified. Even though I knew I was doing enough, my body didn't feel it. So I had to pause, sit with this discomfort and restlessness. Breathe and tell my body something new. I am safe. I am already giving enough. And I am allowed to rest. And this wasn't just mental. This was nervous system regulation. Rewiring the system. And this is where it got really real for me. Because awareness alone doesn't change the nervous system. The nervous system learns through repetition, through lived experience. That's where a neuroplasticity comes in. The brain literally rewires itself based on what we repeatedly experience. So now, every time I notice an old reaction, pause, regulate, and choose something different. I'm teaching my own system something new. Before it was like trigger, survival reaction, automatic behavior. Now it's slowly becoming trigger, awareness comes, regulate, and choose differently. And honestly, it's not some big dramatic shift. It's small, repetitive, kind of unglamorous, but it works. Over time, my body starts to understand. I don't have to react like that anymore. I am actually safe now, in a different way. And that changed a lot for me. Because I started realizing safety doesn't always come from overworking. Safety doesn't come from proving. Safety can be in the stillness, in receiving, in just being. And the way I practice this is actually very simple. Simple, like nothing fancy at all. Just a small reset during the day. When you feel something unstable and constant thoughts and restlessness shows up, you catch it and you can just breathing, slowing down, longer exhales to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And like body awareness, you bring your attention to your body, not just intention and softening it. When we are a little anxious or worried and we feel tight in our neck or shoulder and the body. So bring that awareness and release the tension. And little moments of presence. Feeling my heartbeat and feeling my leg on the ground, feel the gravity and feel the air go out and take a fresh air. Is it cold or warm? Yeah, just simple presence. And also little reminders that talk to myself. I'm safe. I'm enough. With my hands on my heart. That's it. And there's more you can do. I do some art therapy, some cleaning, like repetitive works, relaxes your nervous system. And a lot. You can go to nature and walk on the grass, step inside the river and feel the water, and a lot of things I share on my Instagram page too. Alright. But these are so real, it works. It helps you get out of your constant thoughts. And once you are aware of it, you catch it, now you shift your focus into regulating yourself, not exaggerating or elaborating that thoughts, feeding that thoughts, no. And I started calling it my nervous system reset, not as a concept, but something I actually live, something I come back to again and again, and wait for my body to catch up to what my awareness already knows. From awareness to embodiment. And this is the part that really clicked for me. Awareness is just the beginning. Embodiment is when the body actually feels it. When the nervous system believes it, when I can actually relax into, I am safe, I am enough, I don't have to fight for my place anymore. And this part, it's slow, it's not instant, it's just human. It happens in small moments, when I pause, when I breathe, when I don't react the old way again and again. And what I see now, awakening isn't just about expanding consciousness. It's about retraining the nervous system to live in alignment with that awareness. Because real change doesn't happen when you just know something. It happens when your mind, your body, and your nervous system are finally on the same page. When they are all living the same truth. And honestly, that's where I am right now. Not perfect, not finished, just learning and practicing. And slowly integrating it into everyday life. And it is fascinating to see these changes in me.